What's up, guys? It's Forgotten Fins fan here, and I want to make a video for you guys today, as I'm sure you read the title. It's about pretty much all the undrafted free agents and practice squad. It's not just undrafted free agents. There's 3 undrafted free agents that made the squad, not counting practice squad, and we're going to talk about practice squad, and we're going to talk about the roster. I mean, the roster isn't crazy, so we'll just start with the roster. So, we got some guys in there. We had only 2 tight ends for a while. They just re-signed Croft probably about a couple hours ago. So we got Croft, we got Julian Hill, which I'll get to that guy in a minute, and of course, Mr. Smythe. Of course, you can't forget Mr. Smythe. First, I'll just go Julian Hill. I think people aren't quite ready. This is my prediction. I'm not usually a prediction guy. I just go based upon what's happening. But I've watched all of his film. I kind of see his sneakiness in like when he plays, and he gives me. I'm not gonna say any big names. You know what I mean? He's just got a very good build for a tight end, because I ain't gonna put names, because then we're like, oh no, and then that all starts. But Julian Hill I think he'll be at the number 1 tight end. I think he'll jump Durham for sure. I believe he will, because he just is faster, bigger, all that stuff. I feel like he could be a secret weapon. Maybe why they let go of Elijah Higgins. Why'd they let go of him when he wasn't doing too bad? He's a good kind of mix of both. He could play wide receiver too if he needs it, and they sent him off, and then he got picked up by another team. There's a reason why they let him go, and I think it's because of Julian Hill. 100%. Because he's big, he's really fast, he's got good hands, and he can actually block a little bit better. So instead of just playing like the boundary, that extra tight end or the wide receiver tight end kind of combo, get Durham out there to block and get Julian Hill out there to catch some balls, man. Or throw Izukama out there. You know what I mean? Like, you got 2 big guys that can come in. I'm sure Izukama had something to do with that too, because he looked really good also. But I think I'm hoping that they kind of have a different script for him, like a Debo script. I know we've all said that. So, but roster's pretty chill. The Tua, and all the way through. It's pretty much almost the same kind of crew as last year, besides a few free agents like David Long and But the rest of it's still pretty similar to last year. We kept we kept a lot of linebackers. We kept a lot of, we kept kind of all our peeps that were kind of already in play. I'm surprised Malik Reed got released though too, because he was supposed to be kind of like that kind of just good role player that can come in and play. But outside of that, everyone's kind of the same on wide receiver wise. The rookies that came up. I like that. It's a homegrown feeling. The Igbo trade, Noah Igbenogany, and getting trade for, Calvin Joseph. I'm using my brain right now. And I don't know too much about Calvin Joseph. I have heard of him. I believe he is related to Carl Joseph, the safety. I think. I could be entirely wrong, but I did not pre-check myself. But I'm guessing. I've heard things from the years. But anyway. So besides that, though, nothing too crazy. A lot of surprises, like I said before. 3 undrafted free agents. It was Julian Hill, which I already talked about him. It was, I was hoping Olave would get in there. I really was. I really hoping he would squeeze into the roster, but he did not. We got Mr. Chris Brooks, who, goodness, I am upset about the Jonathan Taylor and Dalvin Cook stuff. Not like horrendously upset, like, it's football, move to the next thing. But I think Chris Brooks is another steal. I think the guys, the reason why they made these rosters is because they didn't think they could put them on the practice squad. Julian Hill, Christopher Brooks, and I'm trying to remember who the last one is. I think it's a linebacker. I'll have to look. It's my bad for not fully paying attention or remembering. But there's a lot of they didn't trust that they could cut them and that they wouldn't go to another roster. I think they had probably the biggest feeling like, oh, these three guys are not going to go like past that point, because Olave did make it to the practice squad. A lot of good guys, or Deshaun Hand made it to the practice squad. And I think this is predetermined stuff. I think they go and the coaches talk to these guys that are in the practice squad and go, hey, we're going to cut you, but we want you to play because I can. They did it with Vernon McKinley last year, like a lot. And they did it with Eric Rowe a few times too. Like, you're going to come in 3 games out of the year, and then if we like what you do and you prove to us that you're worth it, we'll put you on an actual signing and we'll bump one of these other people down to practice squad. They're using it kind of like a G League kind of style thing where it's like, prove to us you're worthy of that 53-man roster. We'll give you 3, because not every player is going to get into the game unless of injuries. So they're going, hey, you prove to us that you're worth that 53 spot, and we'll do it. Then we'll give you 3 games to show us. And Vernon McKinley did his job. Did he look great this preseason? No, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about last year. Last year, he came up, and he was so good in their eyes that he did enough, especially with injuries. They bumped him up and gave him a 53-man spot. So I like that style, and it's really cool. And I think Olave, I think if Connor keeps fucking yeeting the ball over to his head, I think Olave is going to come in, because Olave was throwing that thing right into the chest. Right into the chest. And it was beautiful. Okay. But, there's just a lot of... Oh, I think the other one was a defensive tackle, actually, right? Oh, gosh, I'm trying to remember, because he pushed a couple people out. It was Pili. It's like P-I-L-I, I think. He was great, too, man. That dude was a truck. He knocked Deshaun Hand out of his certain spot. And obviously, they didn't think Pili could make it past that point either, because they went, nope, 53-man roster just for you. I'm a little upset Trill got cut. I've been a Trill fan just as much as you guys, but I'm gonna be honest, I liked him as a corner. I liked him as that physical corner. I didn't really want him to be a safety. I liked the opportunity for him, but not really what I was hoping for. I don't know the whole practice squad, but the ones that stick out are the ones that, a lot of them are just guys that are just lower on the totem pole, or, stuff like that. So I'm pretty thrilled. If you guys want to hear more, I would say go to Doug. Dougly Do Wrong. I always want to say Do Right, because that's what that's kind of from. So Dougly Do Wrong. There we go. I'm gonna tag him at the bottom of this video. I'm not someone that's gonna go over all the play-by-plays and all the exact news and all that stuff, but he will. He'll go over all the articles. He'll go over all the Twitter feed that kind of goes through, and he picks it and he keeps it so he can read it to you or us, because I watch it. And so I would say if you want more detailed stuff like that, I would go to him, and because he's more of the news giver. I'm going to be more of like someone that kind of gives kind of an inner opinion about kind of a thought process, because a lot of people are very one-dimensional when it comes to stuff. Oh, he did this because of this. But I kind of take it to the next level of kind of taking a step past that, from past coaching experiences or past situations I've watched or other things going on or everything. From development to why a coach did something to stuff, because it's not as simple as you think. It's a business, man. Everything's ran in a business. Everyone argues. Everyone has differences. And that's why Flores was so bad with so many people, because he wasn't cool with anyone on the offense. Even the coaches. Why do you think he went through, what was it, four offensive coordinators in 3 years? The math is insane for that, because there's only one spot. You know what I mean? And that's not that's not even me counting like him bumping up someone from the offensive side of the ball to be the new coordinator. That's just from scratch. And it's outrageous. And he wasn't good with a lot of people. He even had a lot of problems with Greer. And so, that's why I'm kind of happy with the Mike McDaniel stuff and Chris Greer stuff and, all that stuff, because like, it just wasn't, like Mike McDaniel and Chris are cool, man. You can tell they're I liked it when he said, dude, he came to my front door, I was ready to go. He came to my front door, tell me I was ready to take that next step. Like, And I feel like they're a good combination. I feel like Mike's going to be our coach for many years. I don't think he's going to get the 3-year boot. I honestly don't. I don't want Tua to get the 3-year boot. You know what I mean? Because this is his final year. And I'll say something real quick about that before I log off. Hold on. I guess we'll stop here, I guess.